Hey everybody, this is Kelly with this week's Scraplift Saturday. This is our inspiration board for the week, and you'll notice that I was inspired by the butterflies and also a little bit of that blue in the bottom corner. My lifted layout is by Shmel Lane. I love her and our styles are similar, and I absolutely loved this layout, so I decided to lift it. So these are the colors and some of the materials I'm going to be working with. And you can tell there that that's the blue from the bottom of the inspiration piece influenced my choice of the papers there. That little blue polka dot paper is from Lily B Christmas Cheer, and it's the figgy pudding paper. Now I'm just going to trim that and use that as a photo mat. And like Shmel did, she matted each photo separately instead of a block of photos, which she typically does and which I also typically do. So I thought that was kind of fun. So these papers are from 2012, and it's actually a Christmas line. I'm going to use a couple pieces of paper from that particular Christmas line. One of them here is also the green polka dot paper from Lily B Christmas Cheer, and it's called the Christmas Wreath paper. And then I also have that blue chevron paper, which is Lily B Christmas Cheer, and that is the hot cocoa paper. Now, Shmel used a bordered paper there, and I'm just kind of trying to decide there what I'm going to do. Am I going to use blue or green or what color? And then I did decide I wanted to use that journaling card. One of my friends is wearing pink, so I thought maybe I could use that and then add a little bit of pink in to this layout as well. So you're really seeing me and how I audition papers in my process. I don't always show that in my process, but in this particular case I'm going to. I ended up settling on that green houndstooth paper as my background. I just thought it did a really nice job of sort of just bringing everything together, the best way to describe it. I was a little worried because I felt like all the blue was sitting on top and all the green was on the bottom, but really that's not completely true because there is blue sort of in that mid layer as well. And then I'm going to bring in some pink with the border piece that Shmel had in hers. And what I did is when I cut that chevron paper the first time, I cut it a little bit short. So I'm having to come back to that paper as well. And what I did there is I just cut the border strip off of the green houndstooth paper. So to catch up, that green plaid paper, which is the background paper, is from Bella Boulevard Simply Spring, and it's called Gingham. So now I'm just trying to get the measurements equal on the three sides of the paper there. And then once I do that, then I know that the blue paper will work as well there too. All right. So now I'm going to cut that pink polka dot paper, and that is from Bella Boulevard Sweet Sweet Spring, and it's the To Die For paper. And once I added that bright pink with the pink journaling card, this layout really came together. Before there was no like pop without the pink in, and now that I have that bright pink journaling strip or border strip and the journaling card, it makes a big difference. And that's going to inspire some of my embellishment choices as well too. I think the green and the blue would have been fine, but it just wouldn't have been as dynamic. And this group of friends are some friends I've known for a long time. We were on a girls' weekend having a really good time. And so I just wanted that to be highlighted. So Shmel's journaling card is up on the top. I played around with putting mine up there as well, but I just didn't like it as well. So I'm going to bring that down to the side there where it's sitting now. I'm inking everything with my Memento Dewdrop and gray flannel, and this is my second one of this, and it's drying up, so I'm going to have to get another one fairly soon. So when I was looking for embellishments, I happened upon these two older sheets of Bella Boulevard trinkets here, and it had these little banner stickers that said love, and I do love this group of friends, so I'm going to add those banner stickers down there. And that will be sort of the beginning basis of my first cluster there. So I'm going to pull these off and ink them all, which is not the easiest thing because they're tiny. And then I'm going to spell the word love going backwards just to make sure that I get it on there properly. All right. That is one nice thing about these cat's eye ink pads is you can get into the little spaces even easier than you can with a foam tool a lot of times. So be still your heart, hold your breath, or I'm glad you're sitting down. If you know my work, you know that I don't stamp very often. But in this particular case, I was going through some stamps and knew I had some butterflies. And so I grabbed these Jelly Bean Soup butterfly stamps here. They are from Jelly Bean Soup Cold Cucumber Soup, and they're just called clear stamps. So there was a smaller butterfly and a larger butterfly, and I'm just stamping them in some different ink colors right now. And I'm just kind of stamping off there. I usually use kind of the same piece of cardstock over and over to practice on and to stamp on. And one of the things that really helps you stamp clearly is if you use some sort of foam pad, you can use like a mouse pad to do that. I don't understand why that is. Somebody who's a better stamping expert than I am certainly would be able to tell you that. So I'm just working on this, and I'm using Hero Arts inks here. And when they first stamp, they don't look so hot. They get much better later. And I will tell you, I really didn't love the bigger butterfly just because it was a little bit too open. So I did also go in my collection of embellishments because I knew I had these wood butterflies from Recollections, and I thought I would combine the stamped butterflies with the wood butterflies, and that's actually what I end up doing. I realized when I was going to cut the stamped out images that somehow I'd gotten something on it or stamped them over something else. So I'm going to fussy cut all of these butterflies now. So the pink ink is Hero Arts Mid-Tone Shadow Ink in Bubblegum. So that's that one. And then I'm cutting out a green butterfly right now. That is the Hero Arts Shadow Ink, and it's just the regular shadow ink in leaf green. Then the blue that I'm using is the Hero Arts Shadow Ink Mid-Tone in Pool. And then I did stamp one orange butterfly, which I'm not going to end up using. I had some orange in that love banner, so I was thinking about using it, but that is the shadow ink in mid-tone, the mid-tone shadow ink in Pumpkin Pie. So those are the colors that I'm using here. And fortunately for you, through the magic of editing, this isn't going to take me that long. I believe the whole entire layout took 61 minutes from the beginning pattern choices all the way through to the very end, and that's actually a long time for me. Most of my layouts are between 30 and 40 minutes. All right, so I'm going to start working with the clusters, and I'm leaving the butterflies kind of up. Sometimes I'll put a foam dot. In this case, I just put the adhesive right in the middle of the butterfly there, and that it will stay up. And one of the things I'm doing here is I'm using the green ink because the edges just didn't feel that dark to me, and that helps darken that butterfly up a little bit. So now I'm taking the medium butterfly and I'm going to add that to that cluster on the right, and then with a blue butterfly with that pool ink on it, and then the smaller butterfly I'm going to do at the top with one of the pink bubble gum pieces there. And then I found this on that trinket sheet. I found that little label that says, "Wow, she's beautiful," and that came from Bella Boulevard, the Molly collection, the trinkets, which are the small stickers there. I decided that the cluster on the left, I didn't love, it was looking a little bit too symmetrical, so I stamped another pink butterfly. And, you know, the Wow She's Beautiful may seem a little bit silly, but, you know, I do think these women are all beautiful. So even though it's a no makeup weekend for us. So we have another name for it. It's our Buddha Belly weekend because we let our Buddha Bellies hang out. All right, so now I am going to add a green arrow to this sheet here, and that came from the Bella Boulevard Just Add Color Trinkets. And then that pink arrow is again from the Bella Boulevard Molly Trinkets. I did play with putting a little heart on there, but I didn't do that. And then I decide I really wanted to emphasize the pink here. So I'm going through and I'm using this alphabet from Heidi Swapp. I don't know what the name of it is. I just know that it's from Heidi Swapp. I bought it at Michael's. And I'm going to call it The Gang's All Here. So I went and grabbed some of my October afternoon mini market stickers. And these are the blue and cream stickers. So that my title will be Gang's All Here. I guess I could have put a "the" in front of it, but I just did Gang's All Here. All right, so now I am looking for some enamel dots, and I'm going to use 3 enamel dots here, 3 different colors. I'm going to grab the blue, some blue enamel dots, and you'll see that right there. Those are from Doodlebug, the Sprinkles in Swimming Pool. And then I have the pink ones there, and those are the Doodlebug Sprinkles in Cupcake. And then at the very end of this, after I shut the camera off, I realized I forgot to grab my orange enamel dots, because the only orange thing on this layout right now is that L in the love banners, and that just stood out like a sore thumb. So what I did is, after the camera was shut off, I put a couple of orange enamel dots on here. So these will, the positions are going to be the same, but what colors are in what positions will change, and you'll be able to see that in the still shot at the end of this layout, which is coming up in just a minute. And I'm just kind of scattering them around. All right, here comes the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you are well, and we'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye!